or watching UCU Focus TV.
A good evening and welcome to this week's Media Link News Bulletin. My name is Amuna John Audrey and here are the headlines.
State of security in the university.
We find a problem that sometimes we find someone locks a room and finds it open.
Cookies and Sweets and Uganda Film Festival nomination. First year students oriented.
That's how to borrow the books, how to return them.
In our topmost story for today, security is not a product but a process meant to be worked upon by all. In this report, we examine the sureness of the campus ahead of this semester. Our reporter, Niwaha Joshua, has more on this story.
Uganda Christian University continues to register a number of students in the Trinity intake, but security has become a necessity within the halls of residence. This has left resident students worried about their property, and they call upon the university to install cameras in these halls.
Most of the times, what we have been complaining about is inside the halls, whereby we find a lot of cases of theft. We find the problem that sometimes we find someone locks a room and finds it open by the time they move out. Even when they have left it locked, they move out, they come back like after 5 minutes, you find that the room is open and they have taken some property. They may not take it all, but they have taken expensive property like PCs, phones and other things. They should try and install cameras within the corridors so that in case maybe we can try and tell the face of that person who may be passing here every day, I may not be knowing, or in case any time that we see him, we may try and get him instead of leaving the cases just to go like that, because it has become a very big problem that many people feel so disturbed.
The security here in the girls' hall, it's just fine, but the only big thing of it is, if at all you had cameras, I think cameras is the only thing that is remaining to be a very strong security, because it's not easy to identify the person, a wrong person in this area, if at all we don't have cameras. So according to me, I think cameras are needed.
They should put cameras around and stuff, because in my first week actually it was 6 days, and my laptop was stolen already, and there was nothing that could be done because there were no cameras in the corridor and stuff. Maybe if there were cameras in the corridor, maybe they could see someone entering the room and coming out with a bag.
According to the assistant resident for Zibambi Hall, Nathaniel Sembriabo advised students to take care of their property.
Many of people they're talking about camera, about safety and other people things. Yeah, but the university has been working on that. And what I can just say, as we are waiting for the university to come up with such things, please let us also be mindful about our staff.
However, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Residents, Kennedy Kitandwe, says students should be a watchdog of their property as they wait the university to install the cameras.
Currently, there are 3 cases of theft, but when I spoke recently with a male warden, he told me that most of the cases are due to carelessness. You find some residents, they don't want to lock their doors when they're outside. When they go outside, they don't want to lock, and so there's that issue of carelessness. And although there is need to also there's need to also put cameras, but also it starts with the person, how the person takes care of their property, how the person is responsible for their property. So before people begin to ask for cameras, they need to first value their property. They need to first take care of their property. They need to always lock their rooms. They need to always ensure that they don't keep valuable items. They should always move with their items like laptops, gadgets, and always not to trust people like with their items, because you might leave your gadget in like the common room, then someone will take it. So you need to endeavor to be safe with your property.
When you enter in the gates of UCU, you may think that cameras are everywhere. However, in the halls of residence, they are on demand. Joshua Niwaha, Cyprian Mutala, Media Link News.
UCU students return to this semester with the customary practice of the Guild Bazaar. The Bazaar is an initiative of the Student Guild government that opens university premises to dealers.
As the Trinity semester kicks off, the 25th Guild government has organized the Guild Bazaar, which has been running for a period of 2 weeks. This initiative allows dealers with merchandise to space around the Guild garden to allow students, lecturers, and many more people to buy items of their choice.
We sell gentle pants, we sell gentle shirts, we sell t-shirts. The gentle pants range from 30,000 to 25,000. The gentle shirts, 30,000. T-shirts, 35,000 and 25,000. The ties are for 25,000. The bags, 60,000. We also have skirts for the ladies, just 15,000.
Business owners further stress that the bazaar created more business dealings for them compared to their outside stalls.
Compared to outside, here I make more sales because I access like most students, even lecturers buy from me, even workers inside here they buy from me. So even helps me to advertise more on my shop down.
Ayasu Gloria, one of the beneficiaries of this event, shares her sentiments.
I just want to thank the Guild for organizing this campus bazaar. There's so many items, but guys, I even got myself a pair of earphones.
Owen Muzahura is in charge of the proceedings of this trade expo, and he informs us that this has been so impactful to students since all essential goods are displayed on board for them than taking long hours to do shopping in Mukono town.
The bazaar is meant to bring like different like activities to students, like commodities and all that. And what we do, we look at the essentials, like what are things that students really want. Those are the things that we bring in. As you can see, we have clothes. We have basic needs in like hostels and all that. We have bank accounts. So basically, we target the things that students need the most.
Charity James, reporting for Media Link News.
The School of Journalism and Communication continues to count its milestones. This after another film was nominated in this year's edition of the Uganda Films Festival. With more details, we find them with Nalule Charlotte.
Let me talk to her for you if you don't want.
Sonia, don't. Sonia, don't.
The next time, look at the camera. What you're doing wrong.
Talk to your sister.
Sonia, wait, I can explain.
This is a first look at Cookies and Sweets, a UCU student film that has been nominated at the Uganda Film Festival Awards in the Best Student Film category.
What is your story?
The movie talks about a group of university students who live their university life of selling and using drugs packaged in cookies and sweets. Abi Tumusime, the producer of this film, recalls the narrative and difficulties during the trail of this project.
It was fun discovering new things, but actually we learned many things with Douglas during the editing. And what I wasn't so part of the actual shoots and what. Yeah, I attended just a few, like the party scene and then the hospital scene. But then the editing, I was there. I created the title card with Douglas, did some color grading, put scenes together, got music, contacted people for music and such stuff. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, so
After you went through all of that in production, how does it feel for the movie that you were part of to have been nominated?
Oh, it's such a victory because, after what you've gone through, sleepless nights, I have to come spend the night at Douglas. Douglas comes and spends the night at my place, sleeping on the floor, spending the night awake. When you get a nomination, it's really nice. I really feel good, and I feel like all the work wasn't put to waste. Yeah, it's something.
It was directed by Douglas Biaruhanga, a former university student who disclosed his experience making the movie and how he feels about the nomination.
The experience was, I should say, hectic. Yeah, I was chosen to direct the film before we even knew it was to be Cookies and Sweets. Yeah, so I was part of every process, from choosing ideas that everyone had submitted. All of us had to submit an idea. Everyone in our class had to submit an idea of what you think we could make into a film. And then Mr. Senoga had already chosen a producer, director, and he had put together the script, the story development team. Yeah, so that's the team that I sat with. I was part of the team as a director. I sat with, and they chose the ideas that had been submitted from everyone, and that's where we picked two ideas. I think it was the idea of Andrew Bugembe, which we combined with the idea of Enoch Wanderema, and we got Cookies and Sweets. This nomination, it means a lot. First of all, it's going to throw a little light on me, the director. Yeah, just that little recognition, it's enough for someone who hopes to have a career in film. Yeah, I am so much into film. I love filmmaking, and directing is one of those things that I've always wanted to do, and I got the opportunity to do it on Cookies and Sweets, and now Cookies and Sweets has been nominated. That's exciting, and it's good for me.
Cookies and Sweets becomes the first student film in Uganda Christian University to join the trail of Uganda Film Festival Awards. Charlotte Nalule, reporting for Media Link News.
If you're a student of UCU, you're probably familiar with BUGUJJU. Many students mourn the state of the road given the fact that it largely stays unattended to. Elna Grace looked for people to talk to and brings us more on the report.
The spike of the road in BUGUJJU, a residential area near UCU, remains an adherent challenge to respiratory health of the students and locals due to its dust.
The road, from the time they dig it, the road is affecting us with our work, especially the dust. The dust is too much. It is affecting our customers. It is affecting us. And you find that the first time when they dug it, for 2 days they were pouring water, but now they're no longer pouring water. So the dust is too much, and when the dust is too much, it makes us dirty. Even the customers, they get dirty, they are complaining. You find even some of us are getting flu because of too much dust. It's affecting us, and so many things. And we really expect, and the road is there, there's no humps. So the drivers, when they are driving, they overspeed, they put on dust. You can't see somebody who is following or who is following the car. So in such a scenario, you may even get an accident.
Fiona, a business person in BUGUJJU, deplores the daily routine she undergoes trying to clean up her premises with it.
The following day,
Capulet Ketra, a student of industrial arts, decrees the poor condition of the road and the challenges of trekking it daily.
And it's affected most of us. As you can see right now, I have very bad cough and flu due to the too much dust outside. Out is located at Tech Park, which is close to where they are constructing, where they have started constructing from. and we've not been having classes yet because the dust is too much. Like, we can barely breathe from that side because the dust is like everywhere. And yeah, it has affected us, like it has affected our studies because we cannot go to class so far. And also we cannot access like the restaurants outside because the dust is too much, and we are scared of like food poisoning. The food will contain dust and all, and it can result into very many things.
We tried reaching out to the area's council to see the progress of the works on this road, but our timeless efforts to schedule an interview were fruitless. Olna Grace Abonyo reporting for Media Link News.
Officials from the Guild government spent the better of last week orienting fresh students on issues pertaining the university, Nwaine Dismas reports.
A section of student leaders, allying themselves to the 25th Guild government, have been doing rounds of orientation sessions amongst the new students within the bounds of Uganda Christian University. The Mkono-based institution is one of the few universities that have enacted a May semester, which is locally known as the Trinity semester, a prospect that has brought forth different students from different walks of life to come to this storied institution to come and take on different courses of their choice that shape their career, with some joining the School of Law, others the Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology, the School of Journalism, Media and Communication, the School of Social Sciences, the School of Business, amongst others. With all these students on ground, with little to no knowledge about the university, the 25th Guild government officials took it upon themselves to give a structured brief and orientation session to these new students.
Well, the team and I were carrying out class rounds for the first year orientation, where we were, introducing the first years, the freshmen into the university, welcoming them and enlightening them on some of the information that they need to have to help them get through the university smoothly.
We started yesterday. We were able to orient the year ones law school, we were able to orient civil engineering school, as well as the School of Journalism.
Beginning this Monday, the 15th of May, the Guild officials set apart some time on their busy schedule to come and orient the new students on several particulars about the university.
We talked about some issues like security, we talked about the academics, we told them about some of the online platforms, the software platforms that we have like Alpha, MIS and Moodle, such things, we gave them directions to some of the most important places.
We also reached out to some of the new students that were being oriented in order to establish as to whether this orientation process has been of any substantial value to them.
The orientations that were done to us by the Guild government were of value to us in a way that we had various people speaking to us, for example, about security. We had a lot of value in the security case, as we had to always guard our property.
We had to learn about the importance of this course, because through it we are able to practice our talents. For example, those who can read news have the chance, those who can write scripts have a chance.
Actually, it was too much of value than what I expected, because I learned a lot of things. First of all, they told us to attend all lectures in time for us to have the best life in school. In this campus, that's what I could also. And in the library, that's why I got more interest. They told us how to borrow the books, how to return them, and the funny thing was, if you delay to return the book, you have to pay, like the extra hours. So that was some funny thing of it.
It is about 2 weeks into the new semester. We can only hope that the information that has been vocally proclaimed by the members of the 25th Guild government will be heeded to by the new students in order to have a befitting and wonderful time at this storied institution. Dismas Nwaine, reporting live for UC Focus TV.
In our final report, Pamela Nabure took a series of interviews with first-year students to find out their impression about the school environment. This is their story.
It's now 2 weeks since the semester opened, and the university admitted fresh students for the first time in a year, owing to the changes that the COVID-19 pandemic brought. we took a go around campus to find out the narrative about the UC environment to the new students.
I'm happy to come to this institution. It's a good one. I love the sports. I love the lecturers, though I found some issues with some of them. Yeah, but I think all will be well.
I've been here for a week now, and most people have different theories and different concepts about UCU. I personally, I think UCU is a nice school. I've had so far some good experiences. Everything basically about it is nice. Library, accommodation, and students at large. I just love the way these people smartly dress. I love.
It is not bad, but at first, when we had just come, I experienced a lot of confusion. You go to this office, they direct you to this one, you reach there, what you're going to carry out, they again give you another date to come back. So before we settled, we were confused. We didn't know whether we are going to have lectures.
Well, the first day I came here, it was quite confusing. The school is a bit big, but as I found my way around, asking which direction to take, the confusion was obvious, but in that process of finding my way, I got to know some different places, and so right now I could say I know where to go. So I've realized that not knowing is actually terrible. It's frustrating, so it's always good to know something, and I think this course will help me. I'll be more informed, and I will help others. Yeah.
It's a very beautiful school. I love it. I enjoy it. It has vibe. Yeah, but like everything has a disadvantage and an advantage. It's a good place. I love the lecturers. They're so loving, kind. But at the same time, I also get disappointed with the meals. Okay, we paid 1M at the Janan, like DH, to get the best meal. When we paid 1M, we expected chicken.
The newly admitted first-year students are giving different impressions about the campus environment, some dealing with euphoria and a section bracing themselves with it. Pamela Nabre, Christine Mugalu, Media Link News.
Thank you, Pamela, for that amazing story. So this brings us to the end of our live news bulletin, and thank you for staying tuned with us. Please do follow us on our Twitter page for more information and subscribe to our YouTube. Yes, please have a lovely time and a lovely weekend. Good night.